Did you know that Grand Theft Auto 6 was actually in development when Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online took place? Hey, how's it going, guys? Dalton here with another video on the YouTube channel, and in today's GTA 6 video, we're going to be diving into everything we need to know about GTA 6 being in development in 2017. Now, there was also a background story, which we'll dive into in just a second, but I want to go over just how big GTA 6 is going to be. It was actually supposed to be even bigger than the Vice City Miami map, like a real life style, but Rockstar Games kind of narrowed that down. And don't get me wrong, GTA 6 is still going to be a bigger map out of all of the other games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and the bigger games like GTA 5. GTA 6 is probably going to be the biggest map of all. Just because Rockstar Games are making a few changes doesn't necessarily mean that the map is going to shrink. It's still going to be a bigger size, but it's not going to be like real life where it's a massive multi-trillion city. So like I said, it's going to be a great one, and I'm super excited for it. But we also heard from new different information that GTA 6 was still in development in 2017. And as we know, Grand Theft Auto 6 has had a lot of weird things with their development processes, with either that being uber hacked by our hacker here, leaking almost 90 plus gameplay footages of the game and pre-alpha footage, basically hinting at Rockstar saying, hey, guess what? This game's out now. What are you going to do? You know, now everybody knows what it's going to be. Or just like our main protagonists, Jason and Lucia, which we know those are our main characters. Rockstar Games actually almost was going to have 4 characters due to some intrusion, and they also limited it down to 2, which we know are Jason and Lucia. So there has been a lot happening in the Grand Theft Auto 6 development, and there is tons more to come because it looks like GTA 6 was in development way back in 2017, which we are halfway at the halfway point of hopefully getting a trailer or an announcement to GTA 6. Insider Test Fund Stu had to go on to say this. The full development is most likely started after Red Dead Redemption 2, and it came out very close to that, after about 4 to 5 years of pre-production since 2014, so Rockstar already reworked the map at least once before, or all controversy of since the original plan also included large lengths of North America as well, not just Florida. I don't think with the original plan was scaled back. I think the game's pre-production still will have build IDs, but there is also in contingency of making it harder to pinpoint when the first build was made. Like between the Americans logo and videos we've saw from the game's pre-build increased 4 times, and between Americans of another video capture to increase 10 times. If we apply the same logic for the first build, it could go back all the way to 2017 or even 2018. In addition to the American state node within the RD files, I doubt that for the RDR2 files, and I was added to all of a sudden in 2018 when scaling back must have happened either a few months prior or after Red Dead Redemption 2's release, since the culture changes stated afterwards and started as well. So that's right, Rockstar Games did have to do some changes to GTA 6 due to Rockstar Games' culture of the game. We all know that it was probably going to take place not just in Florida, Miami, but even South America around those surrounding areas. So there has been a lot cut from the game, which, like I said, it's still going to be a bigger game, but there could have been a lot more to it. With the North American vibe, we know that that's going to be, the northern area is going to be a little bit bigger, like North America was supposed to be a possibility for GTA 6. We know that the active development footage was almost around 2018 or 2017, which was right before prior release of Red Dead Redemption 2 and the game of there. So I don't know what's happening here. I mean, has GTA 6 really been in development since 2017 and we still don't know what it's going to be or what kind of trailer is going to happen? That is insane. How much time do you need, Rockstar? I mean, honestly, we've been waiting for a whole decade already, so I guess we'll have to wait just a little bit longer. But if you're wondering why GTA 6 was cut down to size, it was definitely in development between Red Dead Redemption 2 prior release, which is 2018 and 2017, but it also looks like GTA 6 could be the next biggest game between everywhere, which we know We know one of Rockstar Games' former employees, Leslie Benzie, is kind of going against their own game as well with Everywhere, Mind's Eye. We know that's going to be a big game too. So there's a lot happening with the development footage of Grand Theft Auto 6, and it only keeps shrinking. Rockstar Games did make culture updates. Northern America is no longer happening, but don't get me wrong, like I said, Vice City, Miami is still going to be the biggest GTA 6 game map that we've ever had. We also heard from Nor News. We also heard from some news from Jason Schreier talking about the whole release and development process of what happened between Rockstar Games and this whole satisfaction or this whole development process.
Was talking to someone at GDC who works for a big company that was made headlines a few years ago, possibly for me, because of crunch. And this person was like, yeah, I mean, they're taking things seriously here. They do not want anybody working more than 40 hours, and they yell at you if you do. I actually wrote a story last year about Rockstar Games and how they've tried to change their culture and found some success in that, although remains to be seen what the last year or so of development on the next Grand Theft Auto looks like. But still, I mean, even the fact that companies seem to be trying, I think is a big difference from a few years ago.
So as you guys heard there, he basically talked about the culture change between Rockstar Games and Jason Schreier, who used to work for Kotaku, but now is going to write and illustrate and definitely voice over on Bloomsburg that we know. We'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to take a look at that. He also went on to say that they did the same with Rockstar Games. Like with their new culture, he talked about them working almost 40 hours and they could only go over so many. So they were basically at the office day and night doing all of this new work for Grand Theft Auto 6, willing that with that being the brand new city, the characters, or the development process of the next Grand Theft Auto 6 game. They worked their butts off for hours after hours, and they kind of got tired of it with having the bigger cities of Grand Theft Auto 6, so they also changed the culture into a smaller map, which would just be Miami Vice City instead of the regional, the northern culture of that. So that's kind of what happened with the development, and that kind of gives you a good background story of why they took some of those features, because the culture was just really too big, and they were staying pretty past 50 to 70 or even 40 hours past their wait time of when they're supposed to be off the clock, and they were still working at Rockstar Games headquarters till this day. So they were doing a lot. So that's kind of a reason why they might have just cut the whole culture and kind of changed the map with all the characters in general, because it does take time for Grand Theft Auto 6 to come out. I mean, we've been waiting forever, so this might be why. So that was a little bit of information on a video from Jason Schreier. I'll leave a link in the description to that video if you are interested, but that could be a possibility, and that definitely is the main priority of why the culture isn't so big, because they had to stay overnights and work and work and work their tails off before the production is